Hi, today we're at Hafod Morfa Copper Works in Swansea. We're going to be joining a guided walk, so I'm not sure how much footage we'll actually get, but it'd be interesting to have a look around, because I'd like to have a better look. And unfortunately the weather is pretty awful, but that can't be helped. See you in a bit. Okay, we've finished the guided walk, because we couldn't really film on it, but we've come back now to have another look. The building we're in front of now used to be an engine house, and then later on it was used as a canteen for the staff. It closed in 1980 and it used to have a lovely clock tower on the top. I've taken a still shot so I can show you what it looks like. And it was restored at one time, but then there was a massive fire and it just fell into the state it's in now. The current plans are to turn it into a distillery, and work's going to start this autumn to turn it into a whisky distillery. And the building you can now see is the laboratory, and that's where they tested the quality of the copper when it was brought in from all over the world, as far as Australia. You see what a beautiful building the laboratory was. It was really grand. There's a beautiful entrance doorway there. We probably go around the back of it and have a little look later on. Apparently what they did was they tested for the quality of the copper and the purity, and then from that they worked out how much it was worth. And what they told us on the tour was that Swansea decided the worldwide copper prices. But all this will eventually be part of the distillery, which should be opening in about 2 years' time. So this is what was the clock tower on the old engine house. They are hoping to put it back exactly as it was, because they've had a massive grant. That'd be really nice to see. You can't access any of the buildings at the moment. You can see it's all bricked up. You still see some little details. There's even a little fan and an air vent. You still see the metal fan in there. And a bit further down there's what I think is an old fire bell, which is just at the base of that chimney there. You can probably just about see it on the camera. This long building here was one of the copper rolling mills, because after a while they actually stopped importing copper to make it themselves with the copper ore, and they just produced a finished product. So this is where they would have rolled out the sheets of copper. It's supposed to be the best preserved building on the site, but it now belongs to Swansea Museum and they use it for storage. You can see there's some kind of big piece of machinery like a winding wheel outside. But it's a shame we can't go in and have a look. At least it's being used. There's quite a bit of material machinery out there. Can't really see in that well because of the fence. We thought we'd have a bit of a look at it anyway. You see just up here there's an old railway truck. I don't know how well you can see that with the fence in the way. There's rails there, an old truck and some old diesel engines as well. So I just wanted to come up and have a quick look at that. See that through the fence. Some sad looking engines there. Not quite sure what they're going to do with those. Also they're just sitting there sadly decaying. They're pretty cool though. I think this one might be a steam one. That other one was diesel. Yeah, these are steam ones. See the boiler on the front. Look at the paint. The paint is totally peeling off the boiler. Poor old things. Put the camera through. There we are. We've got them perched up on some rails. But they're just sitting. There's a basket in the cab of that one. An old basket, and there's an old truck which looks like one of those trucks what you would have used to move ore. Maybe if it belongs to a museum, they might someday plan to do something with them. These two big metal things, I think maybe they're turbines or generators of some kind. I don't know whether they came out of the rolling mill or exactly what they do. Maybe someone else can enlighten me. So this is a picture, it says from 1931, and you can see the bloke with his horse, and you can see coming down from the bridge the old cobblestones. And if you look where we're standing on those very same stones. Where I'm standing now is the bottom of the canal, which is now completely filled in. We never even knew this was here, and they used to bring the coal up on this and offload it where it was used to melt the copper ore to create the copper. We're going to walk down. There's these brilliant old halls here with these big windows. Where we're standing would have been deeper down and we would have been underwater. Two high bits of wall that you can see either side of the canal were actually the supports for a bridge, and the train from that shed we showed you earlier would have gone across the top of here and it would join up with the mainline railway. I'm going to take you up to the end now, where we'll be able to go around the back of the laboratory building that we showed you at the beginning. I kind of want to climb over there and have a look off that bit. No, there's nothing there. There used to be loads more buildings, but they were all demolished. This bit of black shiny rock is what we were told was the copper slag, the waste product from producing the copper, and they recycled it by using it to build these big walls. It's kind of really shiny. You can see over here, it's kind of a bricked up tunnel, and that's where, when the water level was a lot lower, that's where they used to offload the coal and take it through that tunnel over to the works. We're going to climb over the fence and show you something else. Colin's just stepped on a tin can. Right by the side of the road, but even by the busy road you wouldn't have even known that this existed. So this is the back of the laboratory building, which we saw from the other side with its grand entrance. It's yet another functional building that was built to look beautiful. And you can see another entrance, which would be another entrance to the copper yard, and you can still see there's a beam across the top which says maximum height something or other on it. You can just about read it if we get a bit closer. And so you can see the ground level. This big pit is what they discovered fairly recently. You can see the arch, and that was a tunnel that the canal ran through. They're hoping that maybe it can be dug out and restored or something a little bit, so you can see what it was actually like. I'm going to go over there and see if I can see in the window. So this is the inside of the laboratory building. You still see a doorway and the wood panels at the side. The roof's gone. And you see a beautiful stonework, I think it's sandstone, all around the window frames. It's really pretty. It looks like somebody has tried to climb up and go inside, but I don't think there's anything in there except weeds and brambles. Try, but I don't think I'll probably do myself a mischief. Give me a push. I can't get up there, I need a brick to stand on. I thought I might be able to get a peep inside, and not with these shoes. The stone is so slippery you can't get a grip. Now you can see the front of that lab building. We're standing on top of the old canal bridge that we just showed you. This would have been another main entrance. And this is really weird, round kind of rock things. I don't know what they were. And what's left of the wall. If you look through, there's a massive big fan at the back of the other building. That's the back of the engine house. Whoa! And there's the car park where we are.